Hello everyone, so I'm back here with a couple of fun cars today. I bought these 4 cars off of an eBay seller. It's just a personal collection, but if Chris is watching, you know this one's for you, buddy. Alright, thanks for selling these to me. Okay, so as you can tell by the TV, I mean not the TV, the monitor back here, you should probably get an idea of what cars we're going to be talking about today. I learned about these cars actually a long time ago from a different YouTube channel called Collins Diecast 164 Customs, and he's got a lot of cool videos there, so you probably want to check that out. And it took a little while for me to get these, but better late than never, right? So we got it pretty well packed. So these cars are made by Johnny Lightning. I'd imagine they're pretty old. Let's see here. And I know they had a couple different series where they had some different graphics and stuff like that. So anyhow, let's start with I guess a logical order. I'm gonna go in this order here. We'll start with Homer's car. So a little quotation from Homer: "Trying is the first step towards failure." So hopefully, well, I'm gonna definitely try to do a good review, but hopefully it won't fail. Okay, so let's see, Johnny Lightning. Little story here. It's a long and lasting comedy series. What I'm looking for is like a date, 2003. Yeah, okay, so there we go, 2003. All right. So this is, I actually have a different video on the Hot Wheels version, and I talk a little bit more about the car in that video, but this is called a Plymouth Junkerola. So this comes with a little weird cardboard thing. Unfortunately, it's not a sticker. If it was a sticker, it'd be great. Okay, well anyways, let's pull up some images here. I would say that's pretty close, right? You know, I'm sure the color must have changed in different episodes. Like, see, this one's blue. Up here, it's a little more gray. So, but anyways, I think this is actually a better representation of this particular car than the Hot Wheels version. The Hot Wheels version is really compressed and almost it's cartoonized of a cartoon car. But this actually looks fairly close to, you know, this these images, I think. So there really probably won't be too much scrutinizing going on because these are fictional cartoon vehicles, but let's take a look anyways. So I guess if I did scrutinize, yeah, it would be nice if there was some sort of color on the door handles, like a printed white or silver graphic, because it is colored on the cartoon. I assume they're like chrome door handles. Ooh, I apologize for the paint. I'm always painting little models here. Okay, so yeah, these look like cartoon wheels, pretty simple hubcap looking things. Hopefully the tire can be fixed a little bit. It seems like there's a little gap between the tire and the chrome wheel itself, which is weird. Okay, let's go to the bottom. Treaded tires. Really weird spacing though on this axle. This one's really tight, but this one, there we go. I don't know if it's gunk or what, but it's 2003, okay. It does roll really well, guys, if you're into that sort of thing. Pretty impressive rolling, actually. So we got a couple streaks here in the grill, and they're painted black, so that's good. We have ghostly white headlights, but being a cartoon car, and they actually are white, again, on the cartoon, so I guess that's quite accurate. Okay, so we got some tan here. So that's nice. There's also no side windows, so you can actually see a bit of the interior, so that's good. Let me get a little extra light in there for you guys. Yeah, we got some nice ribbing detail, an actual thing that looks like a steering wheel. So it's better than most Hot Wheels where it's just a flat steering wheel. This one actually has arms and a center like horn button. I think that's like an 8-track player there on the right of the dashboard. Okay. So then these Cadillac like tail lights, they're painted very well. I like that. And then we got a little red blank license plate again. That's good. And then a little bit of a molded in exhaust tip, so that looks pretty good too. So I think this is actually quite great. The only thing missing really is like a little silver on the door handles. That's the one thing they missed out on. I don't know how much these cars cost when they're new. If anyone knows, please leave a comment. What is this? Hopefully I can get that off. I think that's just some grime. But that does lead to the fact that this paint is really nice. It's super smooth. Like it's not, I don't really see any paint rash. I'm gonna look at it off camera. Yeah, it's really good paint. So that's pretty good from Johnny Lightning. This is a simulated crunched up fender on the car. So, okay, well that's great. That's a good one. We'll put that aside for now. And so the next car we'll talk about is Marge's station wagon. So I'm going to do a quotation for each character. I found a good quote from Marge Simpson. You know the courts might not work anymore, but as long as everyone is videotaping everyone else, justice will be done. I mean, how true is that, right? You know, when you have corrupt police beating up on people, or people beating up on Asians because of COVID, you know, everyone has a camera phone now, right? So you can't, as long as you're doing a crime in public, you're probably gonna get caught. So don't be a criminal. Okay, let's see here. So this thing is supposed to resemble a 1973 Chevy Chevelle station wagon. I don't know about that. I got all this information from Wiki Fandom, but there's a different image on the on that particular one. So actually, let me switch this. So yeah, this is the Wiki Fandom page here. So you can see that does kind of look like a Chevelle, but this car here must be from something else, because, well, I'm trying to find an image of it, but it's not like angled, right? It's more rounded, the fenders. So let's see if we can find, no. Well, can't really find one with rounded fenders. That may be somewhat rounded. Anyways, I'm sure, you know, as the animation evolved through its seasons, you know, the car evolved as well. But anyways, comparing to this image, it looks pretty good. You know, it's pretty long. It's a long station wagon. It's got the roof rack and stuff like that. So I'm okay with this one. So let's get down to our light casting here. And now on this one actually does have silver printed on the door handles. So that's weird. I mean, I don't know if this is from the same actual season as that, well, look at this. This is weird again. Looking at the backing card here, this is, you know, the Simpsons pink backing, this model here. And if you actually look at the photo, there is no silver on the door handles there, but there is silver on this, on the Wiggum's car. So for some reason, they just purposely chose to not paint those door handles silver, but they did paint it on the other cars. So that's a really weird mystery. Very, very strange. Why would Johnny Lightning do something like that? I don't know. And yeah, this is from 2003 as well, so very strange. Okay, well, yeah, anyways, I got some detail there. The exhaust tip again. Painted bumpers. They're painted pretty well. The rack, of course, it does look pretty good. It's got a little camping box of some sort, storage box. It seems to be this is plastic, which is fine. Right. So this paint job is generally pretty good, except there's a little contaminant on the hood of this here. Now look at this. This is weird. The hood line cuts in there. I don't know why that would be. You know, that image of on the internet, they're parallel. So I don't know if there was an episode maybe where like this car got into an accident or what. Huh. Anyone know? Please leave a comment. Alright, so anyways, the side paint here looks pretty good. On the rear we got some red painted taillights, a blue license plate blank. This is painted nicely. Yeah, it's it definitely looks like a cartoon car. A little bit of a contaminant there. And I think this is a tab probably to hold the bottom. Not sure, but it's definitely a separate piece of something. Maybe the interior. So looking at the interior, there's like some rib details on the bed of the trunk. And then again, no side windows, which is good. Let's get the flashlight out again. Yeah, we got some different ribbing here. Yeah, more dashboard detail. In this case, we can see a glove box. Well, let me try to hit the focus. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's like, this might actually be a better interior than the last car. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, these roll super well because they're heavy. I mean, the base is metal as well, so it's, unfortunately it's press riveted. So yeah, I guess there's only one rivet here, so that must be part of the base, this little tab here. It's a really small tab, which is pretty cool. Doesn't detract from the rear so much. But the Homer one is actually 2 rivets. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, let's put that away for now. Okay, a quotation from Chief Wiggum. "Let him go, Lou. Someone going that fast has no time for a ticket." Chief Wiggum is a dumb police officer if you don't watch The Simpsons. Alright, so there we go. We got some round lights there. I guess the door graphics are a little different, but it's got the vertical brush guards here on the bumper. It's, I guess there's got to be some episode where this resembles it. Yeah, I'm sure Johnny Lightning wasn't just creating these out of just their own imaginations. I assume they must have had some sort of reference. Okay, well anyways, Wiki Fandom is saying this is based off of a Ford LTD Crown Victoria, which would make sense, right? That's probably the most common police car people think of, at least back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, so yeah, again, well, interesting. They decided to, you know, make the back windows here on the side because, you know, you'd probably have like a prisoner or, you know, someone got arrested there. But they left the front ones open, so that's different from the other 2 cars. Okay, let's take a look at the interior. I think there's actually like a shotgun in there, so yeah, well, I'll flip the car around, but I'm noticing there's a grate between the front and back compartment, just like a real police car, so that's pretty cool. And what is that little bump there? Don't know what that little bump there is on the grate. Yeah, look at this. This is the shotgun. Some sort of center console. Maybe that's a radio or something down at the bottom. I don't know. There's a little computer or something to look up license plate numbers and criminal records, I guess. What about the back? Yeah, it's just seats, I guess. Makes sense. So that's actually a lot of good attention to detail. And then, you know, I didn't even talk about that. This little fog light, not a fog light, one of those searchlights. Although it wasn't on the image of the, on the monitor. Tiny little contaminant there. Same wheels on all 3 of them so far. Let's go to the back here. Nicely painted taillights. Little, is that color there? No, that's actually just darkness from the shadow. The bumpers here are painted like a gray. This side, anything? Looks pretty good. Not so bad. Contaminant there though. And in the front, pretty well painted color variations, right? Gray, this. It's not overrunning or anything like that. I think there's even a little white there for the license plate. It's a really light gray though, so it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so the top view. This one might have some paint rash developing. Or maybe it's just contaminants in the paint or something. Yeah, look at the roof here. And the trunk. So, yeah, it seems like it's already scratched. And definitely here, this looks like it's gotta be paint rash. So that's too bad. I guess 1 out of 3 isn't so hot. But yeah, these lights, cruiser lights are pretty cool. You know, the round. And then we got a little black here and the siren here. Okay, so pretty neat. Again, this is from 2003. I guess they're all from the same collection, maybe. Okay, so nice. Okay, the last one is a school bus, and This is driven by Otto Mann, and his famous quote that I always remember from watching these is, "My name is Otto, I like to get blotto." Okay, so get this off. Okay, so, well, let's see. Let's look at some images here. I would have to say this is modeled after a really early season. So, let's see. Alright, because it's got these really bulbous, rounded look to it. And so it's got to be based off of this image here, I would think. And it looks pretty darn good. It actually seems like Johnny Lightning made it more cartoony than the real cartoon. At least comparing to this image. I mean, in this image, the windows are relatively straight-edged. But Johnny Lightning, you know, made them very cartoony with rounded, imperfect window cutouts. So that's an interesting choice. Okay. But you will see, you know, other episodes, the buses get more angular, and, you know, there's different school buses. So, I mean, The Simpsons has been around for decades, so it makes sense that, you know, the cartoon varies a little bit over the seasons. Different artists are doing the stuff. Alright, so these tires again, they seem to not want to... There's like a weird gap between the rubber and the center of the wheel. Right? It's strange. It's almost like the rubber piece is shrunken or something, and it's not thick enough of a sidewall to actually cover the middle of the wheel. Weird. Okay, anyways, yeah, I guess the paint's alright on this side. This printing's really nice. It's a Tampo print, it's not a decal. Very crisply painted. So yeah, you got these weird bulby yellow headlights, but painted very well. Again, this is all painted super nice. There's no extra running, there's no fading. So I'm pretty impressed here with Johnny Lightning on the effort here. Yeah, this is nicely painted. Nicely crisply printed text. A little yellow up here. Tiny contaminant on the lights up there though. Okay, this side, well, unfortunately, something might be the casting below the paint. Yeah, okay, that's also some contaminant in the paint. Okay, the back end. Stop when red lights flash. Nice circles here, painted red. A little contaminant there. And then glass here, pretty much on the whole interior. Yeah, not even the door. So that's interesting. Okay, so now let's see the interior of the school bus. This will be a first for me. Look at that. So yeah, the steering wheel looks like a school bus steering wheel. It's almost horizontal. All those seats. There's even a grain texture on the floor. Right? You can see that graininess. So that's pretty neat. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on like the dashboard, but I don't see anything. Well, there's a little protruding like handrail there on the dashboard. Okay, well anyways, that's pretty good. Wow, this top paint is really nice. This is a super... Well, unfortunately, there's a little bit of scratch or grime, but like right here, that's such a smooth paint. It's crazy how smooth it is. I wonder if these are powder coated instead of like spray painted. Powder coat tends to level itself out, I think, from the heat. Anyways, not sure. But it's definitely a great effort. Very impressive. It's like a silent roller too. It not only rolls well, it rolls super silent, like a stealth fighter. Not that I've ever seen a stealth fighter, or would, because it's right, stealth, very high up, can't see them usually. Okay, right, so I guess all in all, it's a great collection. I didn't mention, this school bus is actually supposed to be based off a 1994 GMC B series. That's what Wiki Fandom says. Don't know if any of that's correct, but let's see. So I'm really happy I got all these here. There are variations later on. I guess maybe they came out with a second wave, and there is a Wiggum car with the black and white livery, there's a school bus with a different like text on the side. I think when they went on a camping trip, maybe. I don't know if there's a variation of this where it has like some sort of grime printed on the side. Must have been specific to a certain episode. I don't know if there's a variation of that one though, to be honest with you. But it seems like all four of these came from the very same time frame, this 2003. They all have the same back card here. So, okay, well, I want to put a thanks out to Collins Diecast 164 Customs, because without your video, I would have never known these existed. And then I want to put a thanks out to this guy, Chris, that was nice enough to take the effort to mail them out to me. Great, you know, I bought them, of course, but... Okay, so I'm just going to throw a couple more things in here. This is this Hot Wheels version of the Junkarola. But you can see how compressed it is. As to why they did that, I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure I've seen Hot Wheels that were longer than this. But you can just see the difference, right? I mean, the Johnny is just more in proportion to the cartoon. It looks more realistic, which is weird to say about a cartoon car, but that does look more like the cartoon than this. So, but again, for Hot Wheels mainlines or whatever, is this a mainline or an retro entertainment? I don't know. It's got plastic wheels, so I kind of feel like it's a mainline. And so if it is, yeah, it's still a great model for the price. And then I have the Homer, which is part of one of those retro entertainment lines. And I think this is a pretty cool car as well. This one does have the Real Riders, so this is from 2013 originally as well. So this one is really nicely done. You know, the painting of the green on the window molding and stuff. It looks like a 3D version of that cartoon when Homer worked with his brother-in-law to bankrupt him designing this goofy thing. Alright, so... And then just to let you guys know, if you have like a 3D printer, I downloaded some files. You know, this is Fat Tony, and you could just look up free STL files or free 3D print files. And then Homer himself, I had to paint these, of course. You know, I printed them out on my resin printer, and it's quite difficult to paint something so small, but I only wish I was able to find STL files for the other characters from The Simpsons. Naturally, I'd love to have a Marge, an Otto, and a Chief Wiggum to finish off these things, but also the kids. So if anyone does know of any that are free, please let me know. Or if perhaps they're not too expensive, I'd consider buying them, of course, too, if they're a few bucks. So please leave a comment if you know any of that information. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys love The Simpsons, you know, this one's for you guys. I don't really watch The Simpsons anymore, but pretty much in the 1990s, that whole decade, I watched The Simpsons every day or every night whenever it was airing. So, okay, I'll see you guys later in the next one. Thanks.